Hello from Tokyo.
Write that down, Fumi Saito.
Why not?
Write that down. Oh, let's try to be accurate in our own way and for ourselves and for our loyal listeners, audience out there who we like to share this with. Yeah, so we're going to talk about Marigold today, and finally the Rossy's new company, start pretty much. It was all kept, very well kept, secret until they announced it, in their press conference. So I kind of had to wait for it,
And even now, there's still a lot of people aren't sure about what it's going to be going forward, or the associations. I see all kinds of rumors still. People, even though things were announced, people still are overexcited about it, aren't they?
Yeah. Well, the thing we talk about today, as far as Marigold and Rossy Ogawa, it's my first-hand information. So very good. And this is the red belt and the white belt, yeah. And Marigold World Championship, and also United National UN, as a white belt, yeah. And finally, Rossy announced that the formation of a new company, and Fuka's, that the portion of ActWres girls joined too. And all of a sudden they have like 14 wrestlers in roster, yeah. But today we'll talk about. We spent a week in Philadelphia for WrestleMania weekend, yes. And I saw Rossy and Giulia there. Yeah.
Yeah, they had a big debut.
Yeah.
When Giulia.
Yeah. Giulia was seen in NXT in the ringside, and people automatically assumed that she's WWE bound. See, I told you, Rossy's part of NXT Japan.
Right. Yeah, I saw some posts about that. People take a Tokyo Sports article. It's funny. It's Tokyo Sports are taking the article from first. It's like, what are we doing?
Sports is not accurate to begin with.
It's like, if anybody
it's
ever
a tabloid.
It's tabloid. There's more porn in the Tokyo Sports magazines than the actual wrestling articles. Like, how people treat it like it's, I don't know, like New York Times or something. I don't get it. But they take a Tokyo Sports story, they get the translation, but they miss nuance, or they kind of leave something out, and that gets spun out. It's like telephone again and again and again. And yeah, and then
also that the Tokyo Sports people themselves, it's like that the life expectancy of Tokyo Sports article is like 5 hours. Next afternoon, because you pick up Tokyo Sports at the one subway station, read it, and toss it. And next, when you get off the subway, right?
It's more for like the pictures of especially the big shows. You get, highlights. This looks, moonsault, cool. All right, I'll check that out.
Yeah. Then they don't even cover wrestling nearly as much anymore. It was like that. Then when you go to Tokyo subway or Tokyo trains, you used to see a lot of people reading Tokyo Sports in the train, right? Not anymore. It's all smartphone now. Yeah. But the Tokyo Sports people, well, including other magazines or the Nikkan Sports or other sports pages, that they didn't really transfer that into smartphone era, Yeah. So it's all a mess now. Yeah. Anyhow, that now it's announced finally. Okay. Spent a week in Philadelphia. And it was like the whole downtown Philadelphia was like a zoo.
I bet.
Yeah. God. And I was, fortunate that I was able to stay at the Marriott hotel with, wrestlers stay, because I was basically attending Bo Nakano for the Hall of Fame, induction ceremony. And from the hotel to the building to the arena, then I was, we were escorted with this limousine and then back and forth. And we weren't even sitting in the stand. We were at the suite, the luxury box, then we couldn't get out, but there's catering all afternoon and eating and all this and watching. Cool. Yeah, but I couldn't get to see many people I wanted to see, because in the press box, in the media center, and here and then, I couldn't even walk around. So I texted within the buildings, I'm here, but I can't go there, you know.
Mhm.
Yeah,
Yeah.
but Friday night, Hall of Fame. Saturday, WrestleMania Day 1, and Sunday, WrestleMania Day 2. And Monday morning, I was like 6 o'clock in the morning, I was on the plane again.
Oof. Busy.
Yeah,
Busy.
yeah. Yeah, but what was interesting was that I was seated in the ringside area in the first row as a Bo Nakano's family guest.
Hmm.
Then CM Punk sat right next to me, right?
Mm-hmm.
And I was photographed. And there's the people who somewhat saw me on Hall of Fame induction ceremony TV show, and somebody photographed it, and a lot of people thought I was Rossy.
I saw that. Very
Yeah.
interesting. Yeah.
Yeah, and then it's like Rossy Ogawa sitting right next to CM Punk. See, I told you Rossy's WWE bound.
Yeah.
Next
Wow.
day.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, it's like, couldn't you tell that was me? No, that's not important. But that was like how this social media information travels, you know. And second party, third party, already. Yes, I saw Rossy Ogawa sitting right next to CM Punk. Weren't even there. You know what I mean? Yeah, but that was interesting. And I spoke with CM Punk. He was really nice. That he just sat there while Paul Heyman was giving the speech, because during Paul Heyman's induction speech that he'll be shot, because Paul will be talking about CM Punk, as his client, like client number one, the Brock Lesnar, then to CM Punk, then to Bloodline, and he was talking about that, and then CM Punk being grateful, yes, and then Paul Heyman and CM Punk to this day they're good friends. So yeah, but it's not like the CM Punk I spoke with wasn't the same CM Punk you read about. The arrogant CM Punk, right? No, it wasn't like that at all. And it was very professional and friendly, and the Asuka, that the Io Sky and Kairi Sane sitting right, behind us, and it was like a very interesting situation. Yeah,
they're like the female Three Musketeers, huh?
And they were generally considered in America that they're the three best wrestlers in the world right now.
Yeah,
female.
Yeah,
that's how WWE audience look at it. And not far from not far from it, because they're probably the best three wrestlers from Japan right now.
And they're the top stars in WWE.
Top stars, yeah.
Simply WWE, yeah. Just
WWE, yeah. And they are at their prime, at their peak right now. Yeah. They should, they should enjoy it. And also that she was Io Sky and Bailey title match was right underneath, right before the main event, the second night. And I believe that the Io Sky probably made 1 million that night.
Wow.
Yeah. One match. I mean, WrestleMania payday.
And it's not. I mean, the reality is it's not common with women wrestlers and women's wrestling, so it's a good thing.
Yeah, that's a good thing,
it's
and
cool.
Especially Japanese women's wrestler
especially
how the market is in Japan and how economy is in Japan. Oh, things in America was so expensive, going down in hotel in the lobby and to pick up a bottle of mineral water or something. It's like $7.50.
Yeah. In big cities, it's like that right now. It's crazy.
Yeah, but it's like 1,000 yen for a bottle of water.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
It's bad.
10 times. Yeah.
In Los Angeles, for a box of cereal is like $7, $8.
Box of cereal.
Just a box of cereal, yeah.
Or like just step out of hotel and then get breakfast or something. You spend $40-$50. Oh my gosh.
Yeah, it's especially in metropolitan cities right now, and it's a big difference because in most of my experience going back and forth to Japan. When I first went, it was way more expensive to go to Japan.
I felt that, yeah. Now like it's not
20 years ago, and 10 years ago, it was pretty even. pretty similar. 100 yen is a dollar.
Yeah,
So.
now 150 yen to a dollar. It's like, oh my gosh, everything is
Yeah,
expensive in
it's
America.
really different.
Seems cheap in Japan, right? Yeah,
But
for you.
that will have and is having an effect on Japanese pro wrestling industry right now.
I think so too. Oh, everything. I mean, but Japanese wrestling in the industry for sure, but Japanese economy,
Yes.
And the price of things going up, but our salaries and the pay scale hasn't changed for the past 30 years or so, and so you're actually making less money for more expensive things. Yeah.
It's just something it's part of reality right now.
Yeah, but so we're looking at this real world economy thing through wrestling industry too, because it's real, Yeah, because WrestleMania is a very expensive, event. Yeah,
huge. Usually the city is involved too.
Yeah. And most of the hotels in America in downtown is no less than $300 a night.
Oh, of course, especially if there's a big event where the prices are going to be a little extra. Yeah, sure.
Yeah, but the $300 a night in hotel, nobody pays 50,000 yen per night in Japan. 5万 yen a night. That's way too. Yeah, that's way too
crazy.
Much. That's crazy.
Yeah, it's just different.
And but American economy is so strong. Yeah.
Strong, but I mean, in comparison to Japan, it's just a different pace, different rhythm right now. So,
well, let's go back to wrestling. And Giulia and Rossy showed up in Philadelphia. That automatically raised the speculations. That then Giulia going to NXT show, and then it was shown on the program. So it's like a lot of people assumed, right, Giulia is coming to WWE NXT, and Rossy's there. I told you Rossy's will be signed with WWE. No, yeah, but it was that they will have the Rossy and Triple H had a brief, short, but very friendly meeting. Yeah. And it would be possible that the WWE superstar, including people like Kairi Sane and Io, might make appearance for Marigold.
To me, it sounds a lot like it's a continuation of what happened with Noah and like Shinsuke Nakamura. It's like I wouldn't say there's a relationship.
Partnership or anything like that.
No, it's more like it's just like when Great Muta went to AEW.
Yeah, it was more of a diplomacy.
Yeah, diplomacy and isolated
case. Isolated case.
I mean,
but it was good to happen, no?
I think so. Yeah, I don't know why
it's
anybody
a good thing to do. Yeah,
dislike that. I think it's a really cool idea. Imagine to get to see Io Sky versus I don't know Giulia or Sari or somebody.
Utami Hayashishita.
Of course, against and I don't know. We'll probably get into it. We've got to talk about some of the foreign wrestlers Marigold has coming in too.
Yeah. From who used to work for NXT UK, yes.
And one of Jazzy Gabbert's
right, trainees. Europeans. Yeah.
Bozilla, big one.
Yep. Rossy would like to have international talent, of course. Yeah. In regular. Yeah. Now they announced it. Finally, it's Marigold. Marigold is a flower with like a lot of flower meaning. The happiness, and also it's like a two folds. Like a jealousy and envy too, and happiness and ambition. And Marigold is an interesting flower. And it came up with it because Rossy wanted to have one word company. Like Stardom. Not like Pacific Wrestling Federation or anything like that. Yeah. So it's a Marigold was perfect. And also for the traditional wrestling fan from like 50, 60 years ago, Chicago, Marigold was the building, the name of the building, the wrestling capital of the United States at the time. Chicago Marigold Arena. Yeah. Like a Dumont Network television thing. Yeah. So it's there's a wrestling meaning to it too. And they announced 7 wrestlers initially announced, from Giulia to Utami Hayashishita to Mirai to Mai Sakurai, as a wrestler and trainer, that Nanae Takahashi and her protege, Nao Ishikawa. Yeah. And they already had the top and bottom, like a jersey at the press conference.
Victoria Yuzuki too.
Yeah, Victoria Yuzuki. Yeah, Victoria Yuzuki, another trainee. Yeah,
of Takahashi. So Takahashi has
Nanae Takahashi. Yeah,
the two rookies.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, but now Ishikawa already debuted, and had an independent experience. And she made appearance. I'm talking about now Ishikawa. She played the more like a fake Sting. She did that. Fake Tam Nakano. She did that one time. Yeah. Anyhow, so that the top is Giulia, of course, and the champion material is Utami Hayashishita, and Mirai and Mai Sakurai will be the main event, and it will be interesting. And also at the press conference, ActWres Girls is another company, the Fuka, the general manager of ActWres Girls. Fuka was a general manager, very original general manager of Stardom when Stardom started, if you remember. They brought in 7 wrestlers to join Marigold. ActWres Girls are an interesting group that they don't categorize themselves a wrestling company. They're a performing group. But what they do is professional wrestling. And what's interesting is, though, the ActWres Girls don't call themselves wrestling company. Therefore, ActWres Girls don't appear in Weekly Pro Wrestling's at the annual almanac book. Every January, Weekly Pro Wrestling have this almanac book, right? Like the wrestler was 2,000 wrestlers whose real name and height and weight and birthday and all this data with face and name on it. None of the ActWres Girls appear. Therefore, wrestling fans don't know them. You know what I'm saying? So they have experience, and what they were saying was that they were not professional wrestlers; they were performers, right? But what they were doing in their show, basic pro wrestling. So the 6 wrestlers, 6 performers showed up with Fuka at the Rossy Ogawa's press conference. They came in saying that I want to be a professional wrestler. So therefore, they joined. So they're like rookies with some experience. How's that? All of a sudden, they got the 13, 14 wrestlers in roster already. Yeah. And they already, the Rossy announced the opening date as May 20th at the Korakuen Hall. Yeah. Starting at the Korakuen Hall is very good, huh?
I think so.
And they already announced one. Besides this, the first show, the May 20th at the Korakuen Hall, is called the Marigold Feels Forever. Like strawberry feels forever.
Yep.
Yeah, but they have this 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 shows already announced.
Yeah, I noticed at the end of the press conference they announced a lot of shows, and
that May 26th Shinkiba, and June 1st and 2nd Osaka and Hamamatsu, and following week back to Korakuen June 11th, and the following week Kyoto and Nagoya already, and June 23rd back to Shinkiba, and June 29th Sendai. All big cities, right? And they haven't announced it, but July they have Sumo Palace already booked.
July, end of July?
Mid-July. We'll get to that. We'll get to that because we don't know if we can announce this on our podcast. And also, you work for Pro Wrestling Noah, so
well, it's coming up, so we'll find out.
Yeah. I believe it's the same day.
Yeah.
With Pro Wrestling Noah's big show.
Budokan,
yeah. I think that's the same day. One show at the Budokan, one show at the Sumo Palace. Wow, right?
Wow.
Yeah.
That'll be big.
That'll be big. But they don't necessarily cater to same audience. Some
Not
audience overlap. But there's a women's professional wrestling fan base to your pro wrestling Noah fan base. So
There's been a
Anyhow,
little
though.
bit of crossover this week with the Monday Magic show, and
Yes, because they are willing to work with different groups.
yep, and they're going to be
Yeah,
on the Wrestle Magic show next month.
Wrestle Magic show. Yes,
It's
yes.
four of the Marigold girls versus four, I
Right, right,
guess,
right.
Noah or however you want to group them.
Are they Pro
Not re-
Wrestling Noah women's division?
it's not as clear as that yet. It's just
Yeah,
the
no, me
people
neither.
at it has nothing's been announced. So, but it's I'm just using that as a term because Miyuki
Because those are the
Takase has
female wrestler who
they've
work for
been
Pro Wrestling Noah shows.
they've been working the I think Miyuki Takase has been on most of the female cards. Nozaki Nagisa Nozaki came back after a year and a half out, and she's been working. And great Sakuya, who her and Iroha Takumi Iroha from
Iroha
Marvelous.
Takumi. Oh, the
Sometimes,
Marvelous.
yeah, there have been quite a few wrestlers from Marvelous have come in and showed up on Monday Magic, and so the Monday Magic thing it's not as common, so it includes a lot of surprise.
And also Monday Magic, Nosawaronga is, brainchild TV show, not the TV. We can't call it TV now. That the programming.
Programming, yeah,
Yeah,
weekly
yeah,
programming.
yeah. We part of Pro Wrestling Noah, but it's just another portion of Pro Wrestling Noah.
It's like a sub brand.
Yeah, I think so. Yeah,
like NXT isn't all of WWE; it's a part of WWE, and sometimes there's overlap.
So it's like Monday Magic. Yeah, yeah.
Just like
and
the
also
Limit Break too. Like
they run Shinjuku face, right?
Yep, every time.
Yeah, yeah.
Unless it's the last show that's going to be at Sumo Hall.
Monday Magic Sumo Hall?
The finale
right.
is a pay-per-view.
Right. Oh, so Monday Magic will be gone now?
It's going to be like a season. Like
season. Oh, okay.
This is season 2.
Yeah, so it's a show. I mean, like
yes.
Programming. Very interesting.
I think
we'll be using different, female wrestlers from different companies.
Sure, yeah. And on last season we saw the same ones we just mentioned, plus Mio Momono and Yu and Hashimoto Chihiro and
that's Sendai Girls right there.
Yeah, so it's like a kind of flexible people floating in and out. People that don't like last week, Yuko Miyamoto and Isami Kuraka, they
Triple
made
Six.
Triple Six kind of freelancer guys.
It's kind of like, so it's almost confusing, but it's kind of like a show with a bunch of different bands.
Sure, or like an open mat challenge.
Yeah.
Kind of like Noah hosts, but whoever wants to come in and join, can come in.
It's a different brand.
Yeah. And a seasonal,
not quite your GH, Global Honored Crown GHC title match picture or anything like that.
Yeah. Actually, they brought back the white belt, the GHC hardcore belt for Monday Magic, and it's only defended in the Monday Magic context. Right now, they announced Ninja Mac is going to have a match at Wrestle Magic against Shuji Ishikawa for a hardcore title.
Size difference.
Huge size difference.
Size difference. Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
But sounds kind of interesting, no? Sounds kind of interesting. And I'm hoping this, Ninja Magic guy will stay in Japan for a long time.
He and Hayata are scheduled to go to New Japan for Best of Super Junior tournament next month. Right.
Yeah.
So
exposure for different wider audience or different audience. When you are viewed by New Japan audience, you are ultimately viewed by larger audience.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, well, I'm not saying that the Pro Wrestling Noah and New Japan, differences in ranking.
New Japan has a much bigger market.
Yeah, it's big. It's like your WWE,
It's just what it is, and I think Noah has a good relationship with New Japan. I think there's always, look all together and the last Tokyo Dome show. It's not like those Monday Night War TV shows.
Yeah, I know, but when it was Inoki Choshu Fujinami's New Japan, it was Jumbo and Misawa and Kobashi's All Japan, All Pro Wrestling Noah for that matter. They were clearly competition, no?
It's competition, but I think like fans, people want they want the competition backstage. But I think there's competition, but it's also like we all want to have a win-win situation too.
Oh, of course, it's business.
Because the business isn't like it was in the 90s. So I think it really, all of the companies in Japan need to rely on each other, which is
to work with each other somewhat.
Of course, there's competition, but it's healthy market competition, and something like the United Japan Pro Wrestling organization with the couple different presidents at the top.
That the reality is, though, when they were competing with one another in 90s, wrestling itself was bigger.
Very much so. It's true.
You know what I'm saying?
But yeah.
So when the business is somewhat going down, we work together, kind of thing.
I got that from the Keijimuto leaving. It really felt like there needs to be like
a big hole, huh?
There's a hole, and it needs to be filled. And I think for the moment, it's going to be like, instead of one or two people, it's going to be the companies stepping up and pushing things forward, or
providing dream matches.
Yes,
company against
more regularly.
Company.
Yes,
yeah, I think so. That makes more English speaking audience, English speaking world more confused.
Yes.
You and I talked about that a number of times, that the Rossy, opening up a new women's wrestling company again, and English speaking world out there automatically think it will be working for Abema, will be under the cyber agent company, or the part of the cyber fight, or they'll be on the Wrestle Universe. Oh, they're on the Wrestle Universe Capital, or no, Rossy will be paid by WWE NXT. None of them are accurate.
None of them are accurate, and you got to understand that where I work for, Pro Wrestling Noah, Cyber Fight, Wrestle Universe, it's like a lot of other Japanese companies where it's not clear cut, where it's just up and down, vertical. There's a lot of teams that don't necessarily interact with each other at all. And
also, for instance, Wrestle Universe is a platform for wrestling streaming programming service that the people sign in. I bought Wrestle Universe on your iPhone, therefore you can watch 10 different companies.
Like internationally too, not just in Japan.
Internationally too. And Cyber Agent is not even a wrestling company. It's a huge company.
It's a massive IT acquisitions company that to be honest, wrestling and fighting it's a part of
just one portion.
It's Abema, and Abema is a part of the bigger Cyber Agents. Cyber Agents they were kind of well known in Asia for using digital AI for advertising, and I would say there's a statistic like 60-70% of the employees are tech people. And they have a lot of investment in the mobile game market in Asia, especially not just Japan, but like Singapore and Southeast Asia. And there's all kinds of other, and there's Abema too, which is a huge slice.
Abema is not even the wrestling portion. It's Abema. When you open, sign with Abema, there's like sports, dramas, and the comedy, sitcom, to Japanese movie, American movies, international movie, Asian movie, or the traveling channel, or the
or live
channel.
Sports. Abema got it was really a big success with World Cup in Qatar. They aired it, and that was a big deal.
So sports a big thing, but see, when you open this Abema, platform like this, you have to look for it. What is wrestling?
Yeah. There's a new like Abema fight, Abema wrestling YouTube, and they're trying to do more of that. But that's to say that all of this, where I'm at, where everybody else is at, we fall under a large tree. And
I think so.
You can't just say Ogawa did this, and it's connected to things are so disconnected and disjointed. It's not what people. You just can't say
it's not like sentence. 30 years ago, network television got the TV rights to you, and it's exclusive to them. So the wrestling company and the network television connected so much with each other, and that's their strong tie. But now media is different. For our wrestling fans and our podcast audience out there, let's make it clear that the Rossy is not under any capital money. See, Rossy's Marigold is not paid by Cyber Fight or Cyber Agent or part of WWE NXT. No,
it's his.
Wrestle Universe, yes, a little bit, because Marigold programming will be on Wrestle Universe.
Sure, but it's not like
owned by it's not owned by Wrestle Universe or Cyber
same as
or
Sendai
Abema
Girls.
or anything. Yeah,
Same as Michinoku Pro right now, or same as Zero One.
Yeah, so Rossy's Marigold, company. It's actually Dream Star Fighting Marigold.
Yes,
is official name for it. But Marigold is not under any big capital umbrella, nothing like that. It is Rossy's final challenge in this business.
Mhm.
Yeah, he really said there's no big sponsorship, and not being paid by. He walked away from Bushiroad. Actually, it would have been a lot safer if he wasn't motivated, that he'd get paid and just sit, then let Stardom do what they do now with new producers or something, that Rossy, would just stay home or whatever and get paid. He could have done that, but he actually choose to walk away from Stardom. This is going to be his final challenge in this business. He's spending his money he saved for his senior years. I'm not sure if he, publicly, made it public, but he goes to hospital twice a week. Remember? And
dialysis.
But he has that energy that this is what he does,
It's his life.
And Rossy's been so misinterpreted and misunderstood largely by English-speaking audience out there as some bully or somebody who brainwash wrestlers or who uses wrestler, or even, God, some people think he molests people. Something it's just so strange,
It's perverted.
No, he has 46-year experience in wrestling business. He started out when he was 20 years old with original All Japan Women's Pro Wrestling, and he made. I'm gonna go through this one more time. He made Crash Girls famous. He started working for All Japan Women's Pro Wrestling in the last leg of this beauty pair era. Jackie Sato and Maki Ueda, and Jackie was still there. Then the Jaguar Yokota and the Devil Masami, they debuted, but his first project was to make Crash Girls, Lioness Asuka and Chigusa Nagayo famous. He did that. And he came up with all the names: Bo Nakano, the Crane Yu, the Grizzly Smith, the Bison Kimura. He didn't really take credit for it, but he came up with all these ring names. And Dream Star Yokohama Arena, all the big show in the All Japan Women's Show had the title, right? Like what was that? Dream Olympia or the Tokyo Dome,
Olympia,
all kinds of names. Yeah, the Kawasaki this and Yokohama this, and he came up with all that. And also he was instrumental in the mid 90s to late 90s inter-promotion boom era, if you remember. All Japan Women, JWP, LLPW, FMW women's division, they all worked together and huge boom, right? Rossy was behind this, he came up with it. And when Matsunaga Brothers money went down and none of the wrestlers got paid for 5-6 months period, and the wrestlers start quitting and taking independent booking and freelancing, that Rossy decided to walk away from that, and he created RCN, if you remember.
Late 90s.
That only lasted 5 years, and I wouldn't say it was a big success, but it was his first experiment as his own company. And after that, he had to file bankruptcy himself. But so he stayed, like a low profile for a couple of years until he started running a Fuka festival. Yeah. Fuka, the general manager of this ActWres, we'll get back to that. And Fuka started training these girls without having any plans. When Shinkiba had a ring and the wrestlers can come in during a weekday afternoon to use the ring to train, Fuka started training a bunch of her friends, 8 of them. Later on, he like Iwatani in the name guys, Then Fuka called Rossy. Well, I'm training, some of these girls, come and watch, and then Rossy shows up, and then Fuka already trained 8 girls, all ready to debut. It's like, wait a minute. What are you guys working out this for, right? There's no plan to run the show or nothing like that, right? It's like, but these guys, Fuka trained these 6, 7, 8 girls all ready to debut. Then Rossy said, I guess I have to create a new environment for these girls to work. Therefore, they started a company called Stardom. He didn't plan on it. Then 11 years later, Stardom still is the biggest company. And back into 2019, WWE and Bushiroad both pitched for buying Stardom from Rossy, and Rossy kind of choose Bushiroad, the same parent company was New Japan, the Japanese company, and they sold Stardom. And then pandemic came, and 4 years he basically, took it, because the deal was, though, when Rossy sold Stardom to Bushiroad, the deal was made that the wrestling portion, like a creative wrestling productions, all Rossy's executive production. Rossy's the executive producer. The Bushiroad wasn't going to do anything about the actual content of wrestling show. It was a promise. Then all of a sudden, a year later, 2 years later, oh my gosh, 3 years in, they were calling the shot that what Rossy was coming up with all these ideas was like, Rossy couldn't take it anymore. It's like, why am I being denied, right? Yeah, the deal was Bushiroad was going to do the business portion of it, ticket sales, merchandising, and marketing, and all these things are on Bushiroad's hand. But what takes place in the wrestling building and the wrestling ring, it was going to be all Rossy's, Then all of a sudden, it wasn't like that anymore. And Rossy was planning on leaving like a year ago already. Yeah. And I have to point out again, though, that it would be much easier for Rossy to just decide to lay low and get paid.
Right.
Yeah, and then do nothing about it. Says, I'm leaving. And we got to start a new company. But it wasn't gonna be like a big, split. A lot of people, again, in the English-speaking world, that the Exodus, right, like start a big roster will be split into in 2 different companies. Oh my gosh, right? But what they don't seem to know is that when the big company split into 2 different groups, and the 2 new companies alike, both companies won't be very popular anymore. Yeah, that's what happens. Just split into 2 groups that what they used to be able to see, you can't watch it anymore, and the loyal fan base will be buying tickets from both companies attending, right? Therefore, both companies, the popularity will go down eventually. And what Rossy wanted to do was that he wanted to take just 1 or 2 wrestlers. Then everybody else, they will be training new wrestlers. Yeah. And creating a new talent. And this time, the most loyal, wrestlers. Well, you would think people like that the Iwatani or Starlight Kid or Azumi or the Hanan and the twins, they would all join. Or Momo Watanabe would join, or Shuri would join Rossy, right? But Rossy, I think, told him, well, stay there and be your own wrestler. I'm just leaving. And what's interesting is, though, Iwatani just a couple of days ago, she tweeted, it's Mayu Iwatani, the icon of Stardom. She posted very interesting tweet that it feels like my mom and dad got divorced, and my dad is remarrying already.
Very interesting.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Because they're like family, but clearly Stardom and Marigold now, they're not friends. They're separate, two separate company. I don't think they'll mingle. They probably will in 5-10 years from now if it lasted. But now that the Iwatani, Starlight Kid, Azumi, Momo Watanabe, the Hanan, and the twins, they're all on their own. I think if actually Hanan, Azumi, and Starlight Kid, they're already a coach at the dojo.
Oh, wow.
Huh. Yeah. I mean, young, but they have 10-year experience. They are the one training rookies then. And Rossy's people and Nanae Takahashi, they will be training rookies too. And 2 years, 3 years from now, Stardom roster and Marigold roster won't look alike.
No, I think they already feel different. Takahashi being in charge of training
like All Japan Women's style,
completely different.
Yeah. And Giulia will stay with Rossy's Marigold until she goes to America.
Sure.
Yeah. And next biggest superstar that would be in my opinion is Utami Hayashishita. She already is though, but Utami Hayashishita will be like your Tanahashi type.
Wow. Yeah. Ace.
Yeah.
Strong ace.
Yeah. And Mirai and Mai Sakurai would be your Naito and Okada. Yeah. So it will be very interesting. Very interesting. And Rossy's company will always have Americans and Europeans, international superstars, like to have it. Yeah. So that's like, I want to make this clear that, because English-speaking wrestling fans, especially like social media and internet-oriented wrestling fans, were just automatically assuming Rossy's company is part of WWE NXT or part of Cyber Asian or part of Wrestle Universe or connected. Where do they, where did Rossy's money come from? Rossy's spending his own money, man, kind of thing.
And it's Giulia who's involved with WWE,
because she wanted to go.
Yeah,
and the WWE is welcoming her.
Yeah, so what are people talking about?
But not like Rossy and Giulia signed with WWE together as a manager or anything like that.
I don't understand how people interpret.
Yeah, because Rossy's not about to move to America.
No, like you said, he goes to the hospital twice a week. It's like Marigold is a lot of work as it is.
Yeah, and this is his final challenge in this wrestling industry. Yeah, this is going to be his final legacy. Yeah. But
Very
I think something to look forward to. And
very much so.
I mean, like the word independent is almost deceiving, because when you say independent in wrestling, it's like a small independent wrestling company, right? No, it's like completely independent from everything else.
Sure,
is what he's doing,
and independently funded.
Yeah, it's what I think that I don't think Rossy's Marigold will have much of a blending with other wrestling companies. Although stars like Sari will be working here and there, probably Unagi Sayaka, somebody like that will be working here and there. But Marigold will have their own roster. That's like Marigold superstars.
You might see Marigold superstars on a different show like Monday Magic, like they were this week.
Initially, but Rossy wants to have their own like a calendar year. Yeah, and their own stars and their own storyline, own title match picture. See, what I don't understand is that the Stardom still has 5-star Grand Prix or Cinderella tournament or the star shape belts, red belt and white belts and triple belts and tag team belts. It's all Rossy's idea, wasn't it?
Yeah.
If they want to erase any Rossy's influence, why would they shouldn't have Cinderella tournament anymore. They shouldn't have 5-star Grand Prix anymore. They should not have star-shaped belts. But that's their I don't know. Oh, they decide that.
Well, we'll have to see. I mean, this is all really new, and Stardom is going to go in their own direction, and Marigold will go
And
into their
also,
direction.
it's finally on their own because father Rossy isn't there. That it's Mayu Iwatani who really has to have her own leadership now. You know, and Azumi, Hanan, the Starlight Kid, they all have to grow out of it, and they will become they are the Stardom now. Yeah, yeah. So people, people decide which company, you know, because Stardom still is popular, you know, and Marigold is something that's just started, you know, but the people can't help, but will be comparing these two companies.
Of course, sure.
Yeah, yeah.
We'll see.
We'll see, yeah. But Rossy already made a lot of plans, huh?
Yeah.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 9 big shows already lined up, plus Sumo Palace show and Wrestle Universe programming, and they come up with all merchandising. And on top of that, Marigold will always have English commentary on their show.
That's right. Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, this day and age, even it's a Japanese company that they, you know, to live stream all over the world, you will have English speaking play-by-play and English speaking commentary.
Oh yeah, I mean Wrestle Universe. About 40% of the subscribers are from outside Japan.
Outside Japan, yeah. So Marigold will have a new audience for that.
Sure, international too. So English will be necessary.
Yeah, yeah. So did we cover a lot of ground today?
I think so. We had to cover your trip, and we had to cover Marigold. I mean, it was kind of a must. But next time we should try to get to some questions that we've been sitting on.
Oh, okay. Oh, definitely. And Marigold, did I say it that they have red belt and white belt concept? Yeah, it'll be interesting.
Yeah, so we'll have to wait to watch it unfold starting next month.
Yeah, and I think that will make Giulia and Utami and Mirai and Mai Sakurai all bigger star than they were, you know, than they were.
There's a lot of pressure on Giulia, but I think she's
but she carried herself like a superstar.
Very well. Yeah.
You know?
I'm impressed, yeah.
Yeah, yeah. Very special.
So I'm excited to see.
So where can I find you, Justin?
Well, if you can find me anywhere, I'm on X at Justin M. Nipper. And where can we reach you, Mr. Fumi Saito?
On X at Fumihiko Dayo, Fumihiko Dayo, Fumihiko Dayo, or just Fumi Saito on Facebook, or Fumi Saito no space 2001 on Instagram.
All right. So then until next time, we'll do some Q&A. We'll get you questions.
Yeah,
well, I have them here. I got them right here. I got them here.
We're definitely going to answer a lot of questions because I think we are here to, well, I'm not arrogant enough to say educate you and things like that. But anything we can answer, you know, I would like to share this. And then you have better idea, you know, what to look for or how to understand or how to connect to dots. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Talk to us and email us and get at us on social media. So
sounds good. Get out of social media.
All right. Okay.
All right.
So until next time.
So long from Tokyo.